Okay, let's talk about what might just be a major leap in robotics. Boston Dynamics, the folks behind those mind-blowing acrobatic robots, are officially teaming up with Google DeepMind, one of the absolute top AI labs on the planet. And this partnership, well, it could change everything we thought robots were capable of.
To really get what's going on here, you have to know the backstory. And this comment, it just nails it. The relationship between Google and Boston Dynamics has been this long, drawn-out will they, won't they drama. Google bought them years ago, then sold them off. And now they're back together in this new alliance. And it feels like we're finally getting the powerhouse collaboration everyone's been waiting for. So the big news drops at CES 2026. These two giants announce a strategic partnership that's been years in the making. But look, this isn't just another corporate collaboration. This is a targeted move to completely transform manufacturing, and they're starting with the auto industry. What we're looking at here is the perfect marriage of hardware and software. On one side, you have Boston Dynamics, the undisputed masters of the physical robot body. Their machines have this incredible, almost lifelike agility. And on the other side, you've got Google DeepMind, who are building the digital brain, the AI that can see, think, and learn. All right, so let's break it down. What exactly is each side bringing to the table to cook up this new generation of humanoid robots? So the brain of this whole operation is a new AI system called Gemini Robotics. Now, this isn't your standard factory robot AI that just does one thing over and over. This is what they call a foundational model. Think of it less like a single-purpose app and more like an entire operating system that can learn, adapt to new things, and understand the world in a way that's much, much closer to how we do. And here is the body, the brand new upgraded Atlas robot. And this thing is an absolute beast. It's fully electric and it can lift 110 pounds no problem. It has 56 degrees of freedom, which gives its joints this almost unnervingly fluid range of motion. It has hands that can feel, it sees in 360 degrees, and get this, it can even swap its own batteries to keep working around the clock. This is a serious industrial-grade piece of hardware. And look, the team at Boston Dynamics says it best themselves. The hardware, no matter how incredible, can only get you so far. To really deliver on the dream of a general-purpose robot that can do anything, you need a next-level brain to unlock all that potential. And that's exactly what this partnership is all about. So you've got the body, you've got the brain, but how do you go from a super cool prototype in a lab to a robot that can actually be put to work in the real world at scale? Well, that's the next massive piece of this puzzle. And this is where the third player in this whole story comes in, Hyundai. As the majority owner of Boston Dynamics, they bring something absolutely crucial to the table, the manufacturing power and the supply chain expertise to take Atlas from a handful of prototypes to a global workforce. In fact, they plan on being the very first customer, putting Atlas to work in their own factories. And when we say scale, we're not talking about a small boutique operation. The goal here is just staggering. An annual production target of 30,000 units. That signals a serious plan to scale this tech in a way we have never seen before. So here's the roadmap. It's a pretty clear step-by-step plan. They're starting with a dedicated training center this year. Then in 2028, they'll start deploying them for simpler tasks and kick off mass production. And by 2030, the plan is to have them handling much more complex stuff, like full-on assembly. When you announce something this big, the internet is going to have opinions. A lot of opinions. And when this news dropped, the reactions were immediate and man, they were all over the map. On one side, you have pure, unfiltered excitement. For a lot of people, this is it. This is the moment they've been waiting for. That perfect convergence of amazing hardware and brilliant AI that could genuinely kickstart a new technological age. But then, of course, you get a healthy dose of skepticism. Some people are pointing out that, hey, Boston Dynamics has a long history of making these incredible viral videos, but they've always struggled to turn that hype into actual commercial products. And with companies like Tesla and Figure AI breathing down their necks, they're wondering if this time will really be any different. And then there's the fear. You just can't talk about super smart, super strong humanoid robots without someone, somewhere, bringing up the Terminator. This announcement immediately hit that deep-seated nerve, that anxiety about a future where we create something we can't control. So all of this, the hype, the hope, and the fear, it all really boils down to the central tension at the heart of this whole thing. What does this actually mean for human jobs? This technology really presents two completely different possible futures.
In the utopian vision, robots become our partners, right? They take on all the dangerous, dirty, and dull jobs, which frees us up and makes everything cheaper for everyone. But in the dystopian view, they don't just help us, they flat out replace us, leading to mass unemployment and making economic inequality even worse. This comment right here, it just cuts straight to the core of the whole economic paradox. If robots are doing all the work, who's earning the money to actually buy the stuff the robots are making? It's such a simple question, but it has these incredibly complex answers that shake the very foundation of how our economy works. Ultimately, the big takeaway from this whole historic partnership is that it's about so much more than just technology. This is really a story about the future of work, our economy, and our society. You see, the technical problems, making a robot walk and think, those are being solved. The much, much harder question that we're all left with is how are we going to choose to live alongside them?